crazy done lost her cuckoo clock. So everyone has heard of this new fiasco with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and how ridiculous it has gotten. If you haven't heard though, I'll give you a little recap. Back in 2016, Amber wrote an article saying how she was abused by her ex-husband, and whereas she didn't come out and say that it was Johnny Depp, we all knew it was Johnny Depp. I mean, from the timelines and what she was saying, you knew who she was talking about. It was Johnny Depp. But now, due to recent evidence from leaked audio recordings, we now find out it was her all along. Amber was the one abusing Johnny Depp. You can hear from the audio recordings that she threw pots, she threw pans at Johnny Depp.
Just because I've thrown pots and pans does not mean that you come and knock on the door. Just because there are vases does not mean that you come and knock on the door.
Really, I should just let you throw.
I'm not saying that. You're saying that. You're putting words in my mouth and then making non sequiturs.
I'm giving you a situation.
She even threw a freaking liquor bottle at Johnny Depp, which is actually how he severed part of his finger. I guess when he was kind of blocking it, it busted, it broke, and it sliced his finger. I don't know. She even admits to hitting him, which from the way it sounds like in the audio tapes, she's punching the hell out of him.
And I watched you lie, and then I
didn't punch you. By the way, I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you, babe. You're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You've been a lot of fights, been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You didn't get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you.
But wait, there's more, because now there's another audio recording, and it gets, oh my god, it gets even wilder. So in the first audio recording, you can hear Amber getting pissy with Johnny because he's always getting up and removing himself from the situation before things get out of hand.
Because that is a fucking irrational and violent fucking maneuver. So a man would want to get out of that area so that he doesn't get so fucking angry that he actually does pop the fucking wife.
In the new audio recording, which was released on yesterday from the Daily Mail, at least that's where I found it from, you can actually hear Amber taunting Johnny Depp for claiming he is the abuser. Like, whoa, crazy done lost her cuckoo clock. And I feel like it's important to state that most, if not all of her claims of abuse have been proven false. The cops were called one time to their house whenever they were having an argument because they said that he threw a cell phone at her, destroyed a room with red wine, and when the cops got there, they were looking around, they were investigating, and they were like, nah, we don't see any evidence of that happening. She's even been in trouble for beating up a girlfriend in the past, to the point where cops were called for that too. Like, how much more evidence do you need that this woman is crazy? But right now, you aren't going to hear any of that. You're not going to hear too much about this or any of it in the media. I mean, TMZ, you know TMZ's going to cover it. The Daily Mail covers it. And there are some other media outlets on the internet that are covering it. But Hollywood, for the most part, major news organizations, for the most part, they're staying silent. But when Johnny Depp was the abuser, the whole world lit up and rained hellfire down on this man. And that's what the problem is with today's society. As men hit women, men get in trouble. Which, I mean, if they do hit women, they need to get in trouble. I agree with that. But Johnny Depp lost his gig at Disney for the Pirates of the Caribbean based off of allegations. Nothing was proven, but he still lost his job. And I kind of like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. Everyone says he released the audio tapes to revive his career, but, I mean, Johnny Depp has had an on-again, off-again relationship through Hollywood his entire career. And I kind of like this new movie, The Professor. I kind of enjoyed that one. But in the midst of all the new allegations, where it turns out that the oppressed is actually the oppressor, Hollywood is silent. I wouldn't mind if she lost her gig with Aquaman, to be quite honest with you. If you're going to accuse someone of doing something dirty, you better keep your receipts, and I don't mean the ones you write out yourself on a paper napkin. Women nowadays, they have this belief that they can beat up and hit, and yell and scream at men, and nothing's going to happen because they know that most of us have been raised not to lay your hands on a female. I was raised like that. I still have a firm belief of that, and I'm going to raise my 2 kids to believe that as well. But they know that that nothing's going to happen to them. So a man can sit there and take hours and hours or months, as in this case, 18 months of abuse, and nothing happens. But if Johnny Depp for one moment snapped and smacked the hell out of her, or shoved her to, across the room, or whatever the case is, that's the only thing that's going to make it in the limelight. Nobody takes into consideration everything that woman has done to that man for however long it's been going on. And it's a double standard, because, like what I said earlier, Johnny Depp lost his job based off the allegations. So far, nothing has happened to Amber. This whole Me Too movement has gotten out of hand. It's a huge double standard, because Johnny Depp fits into this Me Too movement as well, but nobody's claiming to support him. Nobody's claiming to back him on this Me Too movement, the Time's Up movement, any of these movements that's going on. Nobody's saying anything for Johnny Depp. I mean, Amber Heard is even heard. Amber Heard is even on the audio tape saying, what are you going to do? You're going to tell people that, I'm 115 pounds and I overpowered you? Nobody's going to believe you. They're going to believe me. It's ridiculous.
You believe I'm an abuser. You believe I'm an abuser.
In May, in December, in April.
Do you believe you're an abuser? Do you believe you abused me physically?
Do I physically believe? do I believe I physically abused you?
Yes.
Do you know I'm 115? Well, not anymore, but I was 115 pounds. I'm a 115-pound woman, and you're going to say I have the capacity to abuse.
That's not the question. That's not the question.
Have I ever been able to knock you off of your feet?
You started.
Off your balance?
You started these things.
You're going to get up on the stand, Johnny, and say she started it? Really?
Nobody thinks that a man can be abused by a female, but it happens all the time. And men stick around for the same reasons that a woman would stick around in an abusive relationship. Either for, oh, I love them so much they'll change, or they have kids together, they don't want to leave the kids in that environment. There's a slew of reasons, but everyone turns their back when it's a man that it's involved. And everyone's like, oh, why do you need a men's rights movement? No, you don't need one of those. Really? Really? Look, it's not difficult to keep your hands to yourself. It's not difficult just to use your words and talk and just have a conversation. If you fight, if you argue, if you bicker, whatever, just don't put your hands on each other. It's really not that difficult of a concept. All right, listen, that's it for my rant. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get back into the swing of things. I've been gone for a minute. A lot of things going on. I'm coming back. New videos each and every single week, so stay tuned. And in the meantime, listen, take care of each other. It's not hard.